In today's video, I'm going to check out 5 of the best business and entrepreneurial courses you can take on Skillshare. Let's get started. To take any of these courses, you can click on the link down below in the video description, and this will activate an exclusive 2-month free trial with Skillshare that you can cancel at any time. Let's get started.
I am Gary Vaynerchuk, author of Jab, 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 Right Hook, How to Tell Your Story in a Noisy World. And I'm also the CEO of VaynerMedia, a digital social media agency here in New York City. I love social media because it sells shit. This class is really to kind of take the IP that sits in this brain and transfer it to people and give them kind of the foundation and the framework to understand that we're living through a context world, not just a content world. The student project is to create your own piece of content, one that you think most represents the best story you can tell on a specific platform. I'm excited to teach on Skillshare because Skillshare executes the thesis that I'm talking about. Bang.
My name is Michael Chernow. I am a restaurateur in New York City. I'm born and raised here in New York, so I really haven't moved far. So the first restaurant I opened up with my business partner Daniel Holzman is called The Meatball Shop. And we opened up in February of 2010, not far from where we're shooting today in the Lower East Side of New York City. And so we've since opened 6 meatball shops. So we have 6 in total. We've opened 5 more after the first one. About a year ago, I took a sidestep from the day-to-day operations at the meatball shop because I'm very passionate about fish as well. I'm also very passionate about creating. So I felt like my not my job at the meatball shop was done, but my creative desires were sort of at a standstill because the meatball shop knows we know what we sound like, we know what we look like, we know how we walk, we know how we talk, and that's really what I'm great at, creating all of those things, putting a team together to really generate culture. I've since opened a restaurant called Seymour's. It is a very fun, super approachable, accessible, sustainable seafood restaurant, literally 2 blocks away from here on the corner of Broome and Mulberry in Nolita of New York City. So today I'm going to be discussing with you guys brand conception or conception of brands, building of a brand, creating culture, and sort of opening up a business. If you're wondering if this class is for you, I'm here to say it is. You don't need anything for this class outside of a desire to want to create. I don't know if I'd call myself a serial entrepreneur, but I'm a hustler. I've always tried to figure out ways to create and add something to the ethos. And so I believe that anybody that is a creative entrepreneur who wants to start their own business would benefit from this class. I've learned so much in the last 6 years that I've been in business. I'm grateful to share it.
My name is Guy Kawasaki, and I am the co-founder of Garage Technology Ventures with my colleague here, Bill Reichert, former Apple chief evangelist. I'm an author. I've written 12 books.
Guy and I got together back in 1997, 98 to launch Garage. Prior to that, I spent most of my career as an entrepreneur, starting up 4 different venture-backed companies before we got together to put together Garage to help entrepreneurs make sure they didn't make the mistakes that we made when we were younger, and hopefully gain a little bit from what we had learned over the years.
We'd like to cover, how do you start a company, building the very basis, the DNA, how to get things right from the start. It sets the foundation for what any company has to do today.
Guy's the big picture guy. He's the high level inspirational visionary, and I'm the guy who's got to make sure the trains run on time.
The 10 Crack Commandments, Business Principles with Mark Ecko. As inspired by one of the great mnemonic devices of our time, the 10 Crack Commandments. Mnemonic, here's the word, mnemonic, a learning device that just helps you retain the information. The gray hair that's under this hat, the scars that you might see, the scars that you don't see. For whatever reason, I'm at a place in my life where I want to share what I know. This book, Unlabel, Selling You Without Selling Out, I really wrote this as the textbook that I wish I could have bought in college. Kind of like a business 101 for the creative class. those that could glean educational pearls from the most unsuspecting of places. Skillshare is the promise of the future of where education is going to go in educational curriculum content. I say it all the time. You don't go to school, school comes to you.
Hi everybody, I am Tracy Wallace, the editor-in-chief at BigCommerce and founder of DoorSleep, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to start an online business. Working over at BigCommerce, I run their blog and all of their content. I interview hundreds of e-commerce owners and executives every single year to figure out how to advise people just like you on how to grow their online businesses, or in this case, how to start one. My most recent project is starting DoorSleep, which is a direct-to-consumer online brand, and the way that I started it was by walking through all of the steps that I'm going to walk you through today so that you can also start your own brand. We have broken this course down into 5 simple steps, beginning with figuring out your product niche, understanding market viability for that product, doing competitive research, figuring out what your options are in setting up a store, and then how to make that store profitable. My biggest hope for all of you watching that you get out of this course is confidence. Confidence in your business idea and in your brand. To be as competitive as you possibly can be, and confidence is a really key part of that. I am so glad that you are here today and that you are joining us in this course. So let's go ahead and dive in.
Hi everyone, my name is Tyler J. McCall, and I help small business owners and entrepreneurs market their businesses online using Instagram and teach them how to use Instagram in a really intentional and genuine way. Instagram is one of the last social media platforms where real engagement and real connections still happen, and they happen in a really organic and easy way. So in today's class, we're going to talk about how to use Instagram for your business, why using Instagram for business is a little bit different than using Instagram as a personal account, and ways that you can get started with using Instagram to market your business online. We'll talk about your audience on Instagram. We'll go through how to create content that's really meaningful, and we'll also discuss how to grow your Instagram account so you can get more eyes on what you're doing in your business. And we'll even talk about Instagram stories, the newest addition to Instagram, and how you can use them for your business. So many times people are trying to create a strategy while they're also trying to implement a strategy and measure the strategy, and they don't really know what they're doing. And you end up wasting a ton of time that could be better spent in your business doing what you love to do. So if we can create a plan for what you're doing on Instagram that's really intentional and solid, it makes everything just flow much more easy, and it makes your Instagram work well with your business instead of you trying to work for your Instagram account. So in today's class, I'll be showing you how I use Iconosquare to do a lot of the different things that I do on Instagram, as far as measuring what's working well on my account, scheduling content, and even responding to comments right from Iconosquare. And I'm really excited to have a lot of different worksheets and tools available throughout today's class, so you can download those resources and follow along as we're talking through all the different lessons. And you can always share those with us so we can see what you've been doing, how your work is coming along, and you can get feedback from one another. So I'm excited to talk with you today about Instagram. Let's get started.